everyone, welcome to Joie's University. Today, we will be scrutinizing 5 questions for the preparation of your licensure examination for teachers in September 2022, alright? And I think we previously promised that we'd be creating just short videos so that short videos that would refresh you, that would help you how to analyze situational questions, and that would help you as well pass your licensure exams in September, alright? And I would just like to give you one tip, okay, because I have taken that particular exam as well and other examinations. At kapag licensure exam ang pinag-uusapan natin, di ba usually nalilito tayo sa mga choices, especially if the choices are parang magkakamukha, identical, at parang napakahirap hanapin yung ideal na sagot. But, and we tend to somehow would want to erase our initial answer. Ngayon, kung hindi ka rin lang sigurado sa ipapalit mo doon sa sagot mo na, okay, you're not so sure if kung ipapalit mo ay tama ba o mali, then better not erase your initial or your previous answer. Kasi usually, kapag hindi tayo sigurado sa kung ano ang tama at mali, kung ano yung initial na sagot mo, ano yung una mong naisip na sagot, tamang sagot yun. Now, let's move on to our first question. These questions are from the subject Principles of Teaching, okay? And I hope I could refresh your memory and your understanding as regards that particular subject by means of scrutinizing these 5 questions. The first question is, which of the following on the issue of climate change is an open-ended question? A. What are the effects of climate change to organisms? B. Who is responsible for polluting the atmosphere through fossil fuel emission? C. How will the entire world population finally respond to the problem of climate change? Alright. So, ang tanong, open-ended question about climate change. So when we speak of open-ended question, this is the question that does not have a specific answer, does not have a definite answer. So open-ended question allows students to speculate, allows students to become opinionated, to venture on possibilities, alright, to dig into their deeper thoughts for that question to be answered. And usually open-ended questions are questions that start with how, or with why, or with somewhat questions depending on the structure. Now let's eliminate choices. Una, what are the effects of climate change? Are there definite answers on that? Yes. Who is responsible? There is a very definitive, there is a definite answer. So the open-ended question there is C. How will the entire population finally respond to the problem of climate change? So the open-ended question is letter C. Okay? Next, second. It is the personal style of teacher in teaching. Okay, the personal style. Is it strategy? Is it technique? Is it approach? Is it method? Alright, so strategy, this is actually the activities that you give your students during class hour. Technique is actually the personal style of teaching that couldn't be copied. Approach, this is actually your viewpoint about what teaching and learning is all about. Method, this is actually the step-by-step procedure as regards to be done by teachers rather than students to achieve the outcomes of the day. So the personal style of teaching is letter B, it's technique. Okay, next. Third question, which is not a sound purpose for asking question? To probe deeper after an answer is given, to discipline a bully in class, to remind students of a procedure, or to encourage self-reflection. So which is not a sound purpose of asking question? Which of the following reasons ay hindi karapat-dapat when you are asking question. I also have a video about art of questioning, specifically reasons for asking questions. Una, to dig deeper after the answer is given. Is that a sound purpose? Yes, you ask question because you would want to dig deeper to the answer that is given. You would want to challenge the answer given by the student. B, to discipline a bully in class, okay? Are you gonna ask question just to discipline the misbehaved student in class? Is that a sound purpose? Okay? I don't think so. Because you are not supposed to be asking questions to humiliate a student in class or to discipline a misbehaving student. Okay? So that's might be an answer. Next, to remind students of a procedure. Okay? So to remind them that you are already in this particular phase of the lesson, or that if they still follow the pacing of the lecture. Next, to encourage self-reflection. Of course, you also give questions to encourage retrospection, self-reflection or self-examination. That is why, which is not sound, obviously, it's letter B, to discipline a bully in class. Okay, I would like to reiterate, never ask question to a student if you just would want to humiliate the student who is not participating or is not disciplined in class. Alright, next, the fourth question. The principle of individual differences requires teachers to, okay? So if there, because we know that our students are diverse and our students have individual differences, what do we have to do as teachers? A, give greater attention to gifted students. B, treat learners alike when they are in the classroom. C, prepare modules for slow learners in class. D, provide for a variety of learning activities. Okay. So if there are multiple personalities or individual differences in class, what is to be done by teacher? Give greater attention to gifted students? No, do not focus your attention to the gifted ones. Alright? Not just because they are good, sila na ang favorite mo, tas ang attention mo nakatuon na lagi sa kanila. It isn't it? Second, treat learners alike when they are in the classroom. Should we treat them alike? Pare-pareho lang sila? Pare-pareho lang sila ng pag-iisip? Pare-pareho lang sila ng level of understanding? No. Because our students are diverse. They are not the same, okay, in any manner. They are different in various ways. So we have to treat or to address those differences. So most probably B is not the answer. C, prepare modules for slow learners in class. Are we preparing modules just for the slow learners? How about for the fast learners? Okay. D, provide for a variety of learning activities. And the correct answer is, it's D, prepare for a variety of learning activities. And that is what teachers should do. Because when you prepare different activities, okay, then you automatically respond to the diverse capacities and to individual differences of the students, because each learning activity respond to a certain individual difference. So if you have a lot of learning activities, then you are responding to these individual differences. Alright, the answer is D. Okay, and I think this is the last one. Which questioning practice promotes students' interaction? Questioning practice that promotes students' interaction. Students' interaction means students are interacting, arguing, challenging the ideas of the teacher or the ideas of their classmates. Okay, una, asking the question before calling on a student. B, focusing on divergent question. C, focusing on convergent question. D, asking categorical question. Okay, which promotes students' interaction the best way? Let's eliminate. A, asking the question before calling on a student. Okay, it's right that you ask the question before calling on a student, but does it promote student interaction? Okay, no. Alright, next. Focusing on divergent question. What is this divergent question? Divergent question is open-ended question. Divergent question could also be probing or prompting questions, which would allow students to argue with their classmates or with their teachers. See, focusing on convergent questions. Convergent questions are close-ended questions. Very definitive ang sagot ng mga ito. Categorical questions or merely yes or no questions. So among the choices which promotes students' interaction, basically the answer is B, focusing on divergent question or open-ended questions or probing questions for that matter. Alright? So I think that would be all for this video. See you next time. Bye-bye.